Hello, good afternoon. My name is Jimena Ruiz Salcido, and today we will see reflection number 16 for the subject of migration and health, focus on the topic for surveillance and 3D labor, a personal look at migration precarity. What are the main points of the reading documentary focus on concepts, ideas, and timid note on individuality facts? The central theme of the reading is the significant disparity in occupational health and safety faced by migrant workers worldwide compared to native born workers. The main concepts and ideas extracted are structural vulnerability. Migration workers are inherently more vulnerable due to a combination of factors, not just the natural of their work. This vulnerability is explained by the theoretical framework of layers of vulnerability, which includes factors at the macro level, laws, immigration policies, um, xenophobia at the level of work organization and the individual levels. Uh, 3D jobs and precarities most uncle said migration are relevant to so-called 3D jobs, dirty dangerous and difficult degrading things in sectors such as agriculture, construction, and low-wage services. The employer is often precarious without permanent contracts of benefits, marketing team less likely to comply or seek ratings for fear of losing their jobs or being deported. Specific occupation risks migration have a higher rates of exposure to environment risks such as extreme temperatures and pesticides and addiction work related risks exacerbation by the fear of job loss or deportation contributed to worse mental health outcomes. Was anything unclear or confusion to you why? For me, the most confusion point was the coexistence of two such distinct groups of migration workers in the context of occupation health. On the hand, they are adding excessive details the vulnerability of low-skilled migrants who are assigned 3D 3D jobs and face the heightened risk of injury or death. On the other hand, the document mentions the growing trends of migration of Hegel's skilled tertiary workers who disputed their credential often face skills mismatches and underemployed. Employed. What is confusion is how the risks are compared. The text focus primarily on the extreme physical risks of the first group, leaving the impression that the difficulties of the second groups. Underemployed and poorer mental health are treated with less priority or detail within with the OH and yes, even though both groups suffer significant disadvantages in the destination labor market. What was the new to you and did it change how you think about or perceive things? The most shocking and new thing for me was realizing the severity and the consequences of exposure in um agricultural work, particularly the impact of health. It was new to me to learn that the mortality rate from health related illnesses in agriculture is 20 times higher than that of and other occupation combined. Even more revealing was the feeling that in an analysis of health related deaths among agricultural workers in the USA, uh, the fatal causes with a known place of birth were immigrant workers. They changed my perception in several ways, from individual risks to structural foiling. Before I could perceive accidents as occupation hazards. Now I understand that the situation is a systemic health disparity where immigration status and labor policy explore exposing on group of people to life threatening risks that do not exist for others. Forced selection is a risk the idea that workers do not report dying for condition or abuses for fear of deportation or losing the precarious jobs. The sources that workforce risks is not only physical but also a direct consequence of the legal and social vulnerability that the host country always. Was there anything you would like to explore further or learn more about White? Yes, I would like to explore two crucial aspects: the layers vulnerability framework. I I would like to study in depth the layers of vulnerability framework mentioned in the reading. I find it fascinating because I helps to identify exactly where intervention can be implemented. A better understanding of this model could give me a more complete view of how politics, economic, and health are interlinked, and how to distinct evidence-based solution rather than just Godwin. Case study of policy solutions. I want to investigate further the regulatory solutions mentioned in the article B. Moisey and Trenching, such as the system of official offices in Bangladesh to monitor the hiring of its citizens or the free movement and residency agreement in Latin America. I am interested in know whether this country of reading approaches or regional agreements have proven effective in reducing precarity and healthy can be replicated in the other parts of the world. Give me at least one specific example of an aspect or experience in your personal professional life related to the main topics shown in the documentary. When I was working in the social welfare department, I saw many people working as a harvest in agricultural field. Al- Although they were in the community migrants worked, my experience was related to the topic of three 3D jobs and the intensive work pressure that affects this sector. The specific aspects that related is ergonomic risks due to accelerating piece. Theory was a constant demand to work quickly and cheaply. They were required to cook and harvest food at a very high production rate, resulting in continuous repetitive movements during 8 to 10 hours. Shift quickly developed Greeks and shoulder pain, muscular injury, which is a common injury association with the fast work pace and repetitive emotion mentioned in the documents for work in TC tips of industry. Despite the discomfort, the atmosphere was one of not complaining, reflecting the dynamic of accepting risks for fear of reprimand or being replaced with someone more willing to keep up a minor but relevant form of job insecurity experienced by migrants. I am finished. My name is Jimena Ruiz Salcido. Thank you for watching.